Welcome to my channel, Fat Dandelions. My name is Mildred, and yesterday I posted something on my Instagram, and I was not planning to post it here on my YouTube channel because I'm actually a paper community snail mailer, happy mailer. So um, let's start first thing first. Last week I went with my friend and he asked me, have you ever go to Afrikaanderplein? That's a market here in Rotterdam South. I said, no, I've heard it a couple of times, but I've never visited. So he said to me, okay, let's go then. So we went, because I live here in the central Rotterdam, but it's divided in wijken. Wijken, how do you say that in English? In parts. So, because I live a little bit on the border on central of Rotterdam, so I'm actually, they say I am from Oude Westen, or they say I'm from Delfshaven, but I'm actually exact on the border. So we had to go by tram to go to the metro. The metro going to Rotterdam South. There we had to go to Rijnhaven, and we walked a little bit over there. And he said to me, is that a thrift store? I said, and I looked at it. It was quite a big store from the window. I said, I saw a stacked on chairs, those rafting chairs, stacked all the way up. And I said, shall I ask the seller that I want the chair down there on the corner, little corner of the corner? So I always try to trick or being funny with my friend. But he loves to make me laugh a lot. He makes these jokes. So I said to him, should I point which one I want, which chair? He's looking at me. So I said, yeah, it's a thrift store. You can see it from the outside, and if you stand at a certain angle, it says thrift store Afrikaanderplein. I was I was being a little bit cheeky. So apparently now you can see my feet on the dinner table. This is not my house. This is my parents' house. I'm house sitting. They're on a vacation. So this is my little findings that I had. I found here no, how is it? Candle holder, and it has this little silver footing. So this is the thrift store findings that I have. I love going to the thrift store, but they had the same one with the same. They had the same silver footing, but it was like an ice scoop. So, but it has the ice scoop was also this heavy glass, but not as thick as this one. But still, it was for an ice scoop. We call it ice scoop in Dutch. I don't know how to say it in English. Ice cream holder, ice cream bowl, glass bowl. Okay, let's go with it. How much did I pay for this one? €1.50, and the other one, the ice cream bowl, was also €1.50. But if you go look down, you see like, wow, it's bolts and screws. that I say how crude it is. Crude. Very crude looking piece, and I like it. I like bold stuff, sometimes I like the dainty little pieces, but that's really seldom. But I really like the bold statements, so like this one. So I got one of these. I was not sure to get the ice cream bowl, so next time if I get there and it still is there, I'm gonna grab that too. Because actually my plan was to have two of these, but I couldn't find two of these, like a set, a duo. So I grabbed just one. The next thing is this, I don't know what this is. This is a pot, but it has so much, yeah, if you're, there is not a sickness, an ailment, a fear. People have fear for these kind of things. So if you watch it, don't watch it for like 5 minutes, okay? I saw this also for €1.50, but I was in a weird mood because, like I said, last week I went to this thrift store. Last week I also bought tulips. So I was like thinking, can I put tulips in here? But my tulips also had leaves, so it's kind of thick, so it wouldn't fit in here. The tulips stem will fit, but if the stem is accompanied with a leaf or two leaves on the bottom, it will not. It will never fit in here. So I thought to myself, what is this? And the lid, it's kind of strange. It doesn't really is compatible with this thing. So I don't know what this thing is. First thing I saw, it was like, oh, it really looks like a strand of granite piece, but the bottom doesn't really is showing. So I don't know what this is. They say here like vase, jar, something, something. I don't know what it is. It still is made in China. But it doesn't matter. I like it. I know there must be some kind of screw on lid, but it's certainly not something like this, because there is no indentation for a screw lid. So I don't know what this is. Never mind. I have this grass thing. I was talking yesterday to the same friend. I said, there is this thing that's very famous, popular now. It's Halmas grass. And he said, it's not Halmas grass. I said, whatever. But I will explain why I am talking like this. So I just go with the flow with me, okay? When I'm telling you this story. So total 150 that, 150 this, €3. Then the cashier, I wanted to pay these two items because I have in my mind I had a third piece, but I'm not sure anymore. Did I have a third piece? It's not here on the table, so I can't see it. So I guess I had only bought 2 pieces. Well, at the cashier I saw a lot of garbage. Not garbage, a lot of heaps of things. And next to the 2 heaps of things, there was this cute little glass with these silver teaspoons. And I was looking at it like, what? The glass is 30 cents? Okay, never mind. I'm not interested in the glass. I'm more interested in the silver teaspoons, because in my past there was this little dainty little woman, and she was called Mrs. Teaspoon. Wait. Let me rephrase in Dutch. Vrouwtje Theelepel. Vrouwtje Theelepel. Yeah. So she was a spinster, and I don't know why, but she turned out to be this little woman, just like this small, as they say, as a teaspoon. So I was thinking about a teaspoon. Isn't it like usual, like this big, So I have more larger teaspoon than this. I thought to myself, there are little people like this, small, the borrowers and something, but this one is vrouwtje theelepel, Miss Teaspoon. So I thought to myself, okay, whatever. So I had all these teaspoons. So I because it was not very busy at the cashier spot. I think they were just opening. But we arrived like noon, and still were people walking around, searching for stuff. And I'm like, let me put it more to the right. So I still need to take the prices off, but I told myself, let me just leave it like there, so you can see how much I spent. I did not boast. I don't like to boast. No, I love to boast. So I put them side by side, and there's another one that's very special at the end. So let's go from right to left, very Chinese way. The little teaspoons, some have the price tags like 50 cents, some have no price tag at all. But at the bottom of the glass, there were a lot of price tags that were not attached. So I don't know if they fell off, because some of them were like 30 cents, 40 cents. I'm like, I don't know. She says, okay, because I arranged it like this, so she can count them and she can see the prices also. She says, shall I refer all the teaspoons like 50 cents? And I said, whatever, I don't mind. So she goes like, she counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, I'd go too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 spoons, 50 cents. She still has to count them. I already count them. So she said, okay. And the 2 pieces there in the corner. I said, oh, give me the glass too. I think it's so pitiful that I only buy the teaspoons and the glass is just left over. But actually, I didn't want to get all the 12. My first mind, my idea in the thought of in my head was, grabs only the spoons that I love, that I want, and those were just some of them. But then I thought, like, it's just pitiful that there are some spoons and the glass left over. So I thought to myself, just get all the spoons. And then finally the glass was left over. I said, well, get the glass too, because there it's kind of special. It's like and we call it in the paper community, we call it embossed. So there's some kind of a print in the glass. You can see here, sideways, you can see how beautiful it is. So, but too bad, this was just one piece too. It was not like there was a second glass. So, okay, I grab it. It's just, 30 cents. So I was really happy with my findings, and I had some pieces that I love, but the most beautiful piece, I think, is the smallest piece. But I think, because I think this one is damaged. I'm going to show you why. Where is the thing? Yeah, here. This spoon. So this spoon, normally if you go to a town or city, they have their signature flag or something of their town or city that is of historical significance. Then they put something there, and I believe there was something here, but it get lost. So I think it was something like this. But then I love this kind of ornament. It looks like a sword. So some of the teaspoons I like because the shapes are not the same. So you have the oval shape like an egg, or the round shape. So then this one is so dainty. Look at this. It looks like a stem of a flower. So I'll go from from right to left. You got this one. It's like it says Deutsches. So it's from Germany. This one. As you can see, this has the regular spoon of shape, and this is very elongated one. And this one is also beautiful. This one is from Indonesia. It says, help Ambon in what's this word? In note. When people are in dire straits, so in need, help Ambon in need. No, there's a word for that. I don't know that, but this is an Indonesian spoon, or a spoon that helps the Indonesian people. So then there's this one. I don't know what the logo is. It doesn't say. Some spoons have in the back some signs. Let me see if I can. Here. There are some signs. Some have numbers. The number says how many silver is inside the concoction of the spoon, or how do you say, how when they made the spoon. Then is this spoon Landeck. I don't know where Landeck is. Is it in Austria? Landeck. Okay, then I have this spoon again. I go up, and this I didn't know. It was kind of weird. It says de sluis, but it has the tower that we call it the Euromast. But I know the Euromast doesn't look this way. Like there are trees out there. There's a road, and there's a house, and there's something like here, a post. You know, a wooden post, like when you're at the frontier of some in between two towns or cities. So I'm not sure what kind of thing it is. But my friend says, I know the name, the sluis. So it's some kind of union or organization. So I'm not sure. I can Google it. Then next one is here in the center. Herwonnen vrijheid. So I believe this is a very important spoon. It says 5th of May 1985, and it's referring the Second World War, when we regained our freedom from the tyranny of Hitler and the Germans. So I don't know why, but I always, when I think of 4th and 5th May, I always shed a tear. Even it's not my war, I still feel the importance of freedom, and some young people don't understand it, what it means to have freedom, and why people fought in World War II. But I want to refer World War for the first one, World War One, that the first war actually made the second war easier to happen. So people have to think that history is always important. Don't forget about history. So there's the next one. And let me see, I'm not that good. Echo Put Apeldoorn. And my friend says there is a echo pit in Apeldoorn. So he he is a man that traveled around the world and traveled a lot around the Netherlands. So he knows about these things that I have here on my table. Okay, the table is a little bit dirty because I had breakfast. I didn't clean the table, so I'm sorry. The spoon has really nice. It's a little bit bendy, but it has really nice. You see the intricate details on there. Very nice. So there's this one. It says Sunbeam 1903, and there's a car. It says, I asked my friend, why is there written Sunbeam? It looks like a Ford's car. He says, no, in those times there were cars like that, and they called sunbeams. That's why. So this is a crude spoon, as you can see. It has not a lot of decorations. The only decorations is the shape of the car in there. So then you have this spoon again. I didn't take off the, how do you say it in English? We call it plakband. I need to take all these things away. So this is the only fork there is. That's why I did. This is one of the few pieces that I did want to have, because this is a fork. All the rest are spoons. So I believe this is a cake fork, pastry fork. And look how it looks like. This piece or this part is bigger than the other two. Look at it. Then we have another one. It says 1901 till 1951. It says Zendingsbond. And then it says giraffe. I think it's gereformeerd. There's, in the Netherlands, there was like two religion, Protestant and Catholic, and from there was a new group. Then they called themselves gereformeerden. I believe, I'm not sure, because I was not paying attention at the Bible course that they were giving, because I was not interested at that time. Because when I was young, my dad started some kind of restaurant. Yeah, I have to call it some kind of restaurant, but in throughout the years, our government, no, sorry, City Hall here in Rotterdam decided, like, if you have a store, you sell food, it's called a shop. Then it said later on in the years, no, it's a restaurant, because we fitted like stools and chairs. Then they say, no, it's more like a coffee shop some decade later, because there is inside the window, when we call it etalage. So when you're outside window shopping, looking through inside the store, but when you're inside the store, the same piece of glass, you're standing there at a makeshift table, and you're standing because all the tables are people sit on the tables and chairs, and you don't have a place to stand. Then you stand there, eat your food, and the City Hall says, no, then it's a coffee shop. So our store has gone a lot of window changes, store changes, store, how do you say it? Yeah, store name changing. That's how I to refer it. So, yeah, so that's what happened. I remembered it. So I think I was just talking about something else. Never mind. I always, when I talk stories, then I suddenly skip to something else, and then I'm like, what did I talk about earlier? So this one is called something school. There is the lion, there's the shield, there's a crown, and then school, and then beautiful partial flower. I don't know what it is. Then it's going like this. I'm like, that's beautiful too. I don't know what kind of shield it is. You can find it out. You can find everything out on internet, especially when it's like gilt or shield like this. Then, like I said, my favorite, because it's broken. It's missing a piece. My favorite one. So I'm gonna take these spoons all and then put it in the glass. I need to wash it, clean it, something. So I'm gonna talk about my friend. He came like yesterday, and he brought me these two tins, and it's a chocolate, little chocolate bars, and it says there underneath. He said, I got them at my Christmas package. I said, did you get two Christmas packages? Because I see two tins. Sorry, now I'm very thirsty. Wait, I'm gonna get the glass and water. I'm struggling. Sorry, I'm struggling because I had coffee with my breakfast. I had sunny side up eggs and bread. I slept here yesterday. So he gave me these 2 empty tins. I said, thank you, I really like your gift. He sometimes bring me something, little somethings, little nothings. So to me, to other people, it's like little nothings, but to me, it's like great things. I said, you don't know that I love tins. I love these cookie tins, but my main big peeve pet, or how do you say, my little great love is actually these tins that shape like houses. And I said, to other people it's like trash, but to me it's like treasures. And especially when it says here Delft, but because like I think a month ago or a month and a half, I don't remember. I have to watch my cell phone. I take pictures on my cell phone, and we went to Delft, so it has a little memory of us spending time in Delft, because he sometimes take me out. I'm like a little home. Staying home person. I love to stay at home, to make videos if I have the energy, if I have the interest to actually make the video and to upload it, because I have to edit it too. So he doesn't know that I do the paper community, the Happy Meal snail mail thing. But I said to me, I really love your gift. And I'm a little bit curious. So I opened the inside. Let me see. I can open the inside. So the inside is like this. And inside, one of them had a chocolate. Actually, it was a full-size chocolate, but I already ate yesterday some of it. And today, some of it. And when I say some of it, I meant the row. But the funniest thing is, when he arrived here by bike, I said to him, put the bike in the hallway. And I walked downstairs. He said, can you take my backpack up? Because when I take his backpack up, then he can put his bicycle on the railing with a lock. And a bag with this fell, because I knocked off the box where the bag with these things were inside. I heard noise from the tins. I said, uh-oh, I broke it, I dented it. I was laughing. He said, you're not supposed to laugh. I said, why? It's your gift. I said, no, it's not. He said, yeah, I wanted to give it to you personally. Upstairs, not here. And now you dented it. I said, I hope not. So when I was sitting here, I was checking. I said, no dents. He was looking at me like fire coming out of his eyes. I said, you better not. He said, I gave it to you. But he didn't know that I love these kind of houses. Because I don't know if you know, there's a trend like a couple of years. Our Amsterdam plane company, KLM, when people going, I think, business class or the other expensive plane traveling, something. When you buy the ticket, you get these porcelain houses, same things like these houses, the old houses. But I'm not into that. I'm not into the porcelain houses. I'm into the porcelain tins. So I like it. And I also love weirdly shaping tins too. So they are very unusual. So what I'm trying to tell you, I'm coming into the story. So I'm putting this a little bit away. He was sitting across me, having dinner last night. So he came yesterday in the afternoon, and we were talking. I already made dinner because this is my parents' house, but I used to grow up in this house, so I have left this house like over 30 years. So I'm not very accustomed to this house anymore. So after dinner, I walked off like here. Yeah, and there are some things that I brought from my house, so it's kind of messy on the floor. So this is the front door. I was walking towards the kitchen. That's the kitchen, that's the toilet, that's my parents' bedroom. So I was walking towards the kitchen with my plate that was empty, and I don't know why, I was facing this way with my face, I face planted the floor. I had two plates that was down there, over there, with the cutlery, and I had a bowl, and the bowl was next to my face, broken in three pieces. So I suddenly hear him calling me, Mildred, are you all right? Mildred, are you all right? Because he wanted to make sure I was conscious. So I'm going to walk back because I don't like to stand on that spot anymore. That's not my favorite spot. So he said to me, are you okay? Can you hear me? And I was suddenly conscious, and I'm like, why am I here? I thought I was going to the kitchen. He says, don't move because the bowl is broken next to you. I don't know if you went with your face on the broken bowl. So can you please stand up carefully, slowly, so I can see your face? So I stood up slowly and I walked back to the spot where I'm sitting now. This is my dad's favorite spot. The spot over there is my mom's favorite spot of sitting at the table. So he was taking a chair much closer to me and was checking my face. He's asking me a couple of questions, and he said, no, I don't want you to be funny or talking nonsense. I just want to answer my questions, okay? I said, okay. He said, can you recall walking back the steps of what you did earlier? And I said, yes, I can. I said, we were talking here. We were having dinner. We were talking, making fun and jokes. I was laughing at your joke. I went off the table towards the kitchen, and I saw in my view, what I mean in my eyes, I saw some picture in my eyes. That means the kitchen, and it was walking in slow motion. The frame, and the frame stopped. I was choking in my laugh, and I don't know what happened. I don't understand why I'm not facing the kitchen. I'm suddenly the other side of the hallway. He said, well, you are really lucky. The glass door, is in between you and the stairs. Because if the glass door, was not in between you... Oh, wait. Hello? Oh, man. Post. Post. Hoe is het? Oui? A en B. snel niet meer met briefjes schrijft, maar een app heeft. Je moet een app hebben op je telefoon om te zien waar je pakket is gebleven. Maar als je het pakketje niet ophaalt, stuur ze het weer terug. Vorig jaar 1 juli is besloten om niet meer met briefjes te werken, maar op snel app. Dus dan heb je nog geluk dat ze nog wel willen doen. Alsjeblieft. I'm leaving that in. Sorry, that was the postman delivering stuff for my under neighbor. I'm on the second floor. My under neighbor's on the first floor. What was I talking? So, as I was walking back my steps, I was talking to my friend. He said, "Do you understand what happened?" I said, "I think I had a blackout. I never have a blackout in my life ever before. I have witnessed when I was in school. I was in HAVO. We were at Henegouwer school at the top level. She was standing on a little stairs, like 4 or 5 steps, talking and joking to the other friends of mine, because I was more further down a flight of stairs. We all witnessed her falling down those 4 or 5 steps, and I'm like, oh gosh, is she joking right now? Is she trying to be funny? She is not known to be funny, but that day she was joking around, and we all were like, hello, are you okay? Stop joking around. The class is not even starting yet, because we were waiting for the other schooling persons getting out of the room, and we are supposed to get into the room at a certain time of an hour. I don't know what kind of hour it was. So we were waiting to get inside the room, and she was not responding. She was really not responding. We had to call for help, and she was put aside so we would not have to deal with it, because we are school going kids, and we need adults to take care of her. So that was my first experience of someone really having a blackout. So yesterday I thought I had a blackout. I'm like, that's really strange, because I'm diabetic and I'm trying to take care of myself well. So I'm thinking about, what did I do wrong? Did I cause it? Because I don't understand why I had a blackout. So I was sitting here at this spot, and I grabbed on the side here, I have a cell phone. It was facing down. I grabbed my cell phone, I picked it up, and then because of this movement, my cell phone lit up automatically, and it showed me the hour 19:49. So it was almost 8 o'clock p.m. at night. He says, put down your cell phone. You're not supposed to watch your cell phone now. Don't think about your cell phone. Because he was thinking that I wanted to play games or watching my social media or something like that. I said, no. I just want to see what time it is. Even though I was not looking at the time, when I left the table with my 2 plates and a bowl and the cutlery towards and paper napkins towards the kitchen. So he says, do you understand what happened? I said, yeah, I had a blackout. He said, no, you did not have a blackout. And I don't know why, I saw his serious face watching me, his dark blue eyes. And I said to him, my tears were rolling down my face. And I asked him, did I experienced a Tia, and he said, yes, you experience a Tia-like version of it. So I was kind of shell-shocked that I had a Tia out of the blue. And he said, did something happen to you? Like a couple of months ago? Or a period of time? I said, yes, I did mention to you and a lot of people that he knows that on 12th Jan. I always thought that day, the terror day, 12th of January, because I tell it jokingly, to me it's not that serious, but 12th of January was the day I was told that I was fired without saying the word fired. I was already complaining from 14th October till then, 12th January. So it was last year, 14th October, 12th January 2023, that's this year, that I had a pain in my left arm, like for half an hour, a couple of hours. So it depends on the day, that I almost had like half day pain in my left arm or a entire day of pain in my left arm. That's why I called my GP, my general practitioner. That's another expensive word for my house doctor. But that was still in the corona time. So he wouldn't want to face me. So I had to do it by calling him. In this case, it's on her because he retired. My old trustworthy doctor, he retired. So I have now a woman's doctor. So I called her and I said, I think I had a women's heart attack, because I have heard, I know that a man's heart attack is physical, available to see on his face and his body. But a women's heart attack, it's like a simmering, sneaky attack on the women's body. So you won't see it physically. But at some point you can still see it if you watch closely. But some people need to be experienced to see that. So that's why I asked her, do I have a women's heart attack? Because I had some symptoms. And she asked me a couple of symptoms. Well, it was not a couple of. She told me the whole list. She said, do you have this? I said, no. And this? No. And that? No. And this? Yes. And that? No. And this? No. So it went on like this. And at the end of the phone call, she said, no, you don't have a women's heart attack. So I have known for like, so it was in October, November, December, January. And in January, I've already known for 4 months that I experienced a women's heart attack. But I was not sure until a professional will tell me. So I told him that, my friend. He said, damn, you already had, because you're already suspecting I already had these symptoms, but maybe I oversaw it or didn't pinpoint it. But hearing me talk like this, he knew that I already knew. Is that the door again? He already knew that I experienced some symptoms, and I've recognized it. But his worrying was, did I recognize it? That I was serious about it. And I said, I am serious about it. I have known it for a long time. And I said to my friend, haven't I told you in the beginning of when we met that I said things like this? And the symptoms, I mentioned the symptoms. He says, yes, you did mention that. But I thought you were trying to be funny. I said, no, I was not trying to be funny. He said, can you please call your doctor the next day? So it's still not time to call the doctor because the doctor has a roster like from 8 to 11 or till 1. You can only call till 11. You can call for appointments, and from 11 to 1 you can call for things that are not very in dire strait or very important, so life changing. So that's for a second group, and somewhere towards 3 o'clock then you can ask questions that is still not, is lesser in dire straits. So I'm waiting like till it's almost 3 o'clock to tell my doctor that I suffered a TIA, and everybody around me did not take me seriously, especially the doctor, because now a friend of mine, he is a verified first aid person. So in Dutch we call it geverifieerd, gecertificeerd EHBOer. That's how we call it, because every 2 years he has to take the exams again to show that he is up to date with the current movement in first aid, and or he hasn't forgot the things he had learned about the first aid. So he has all the papers for saving and helping people, and I'm glad that I know him, that he is near me and he was watching over me. He did not leave my side yesterday. He wanted to make sure that I was okay. So wait, it was not yesterday, the day before yesterday it happened, because now we are a day further, because he left yesterday in the afternoon, because today is Monday. So actually it happened on Saturday night. He left on Sunday midday, and I slept here Sunday night. So it's now, today's Monday. I'm very well aware with my analysis. I've always been like this. I always know what happens, and sometimes I can boast or talk big, but it's to make the story a bit interesting. But this time it's serious. It's about my health and what I experienced. So it doesn't need to apply to you, but this is what happened to me. I'm glad I did not croak yesterday at my parents' house with my friend. So, because I was house sitting and he was just looking after me. Oh, look, that's the alarm on Monday. It will go on for 5 minutes. We have every first Monday of the month that alarm sounds go off. That is just testing, because we have some bad companies around or outside central of Rotterdam that does chemical things. And if there's a fire or something happened with the chemicals, there's this kind of alarm. This is just for testing, for reminding people if you hear this sound on any other day, then it's not for jokes, it's not for testing, it's for reals. So, okay, I posted it on my Instagram. I didn't post the full-on story, but I tried because Instagram says, hold on, you cannot write anymore. You get a certain time space. So that's it. So I edited a lot on my Instagram. What happened? Yes, I wrote it down yesterday. I posted it. I was thinking about, shall I tell it today on my YouTube? And I said to myself, it's important too, because if you see it, someone happen to someone you don't know well or not well. I had the luck when I had the TIA that part of my face was not sagging off or sagging down, because that's the symptom of having a TIA. The only symptoms I have of this TIA is I cannot lift both of my arms. The original left arm is still hurtful now and then, but after the 2 days before, I fell on my right elbow on the floor, because I think my body was knowing that it was falling, so it used the elbows to catch my fall, and luckily I didn't fall down on the broken bowl, but still my body protected myself by using the elbow. So my right elbow hurts, the pointy part. So my 2 arms are like now so hurt. It feels like I was run over by a bus. This morning I felt like chips. My arm hurts. That's why I didn't want to go home yesterday to my own house. I'll normally come here to my parents' house, to take the mail and then watch if the goldfish has not died or any plants of my... The goldfish is from my father. It's his pet. The plants are my mother's pets, so I need to take care of my mother's plants to see if they are okay. So yesterday I felt like I had to sleep here. I didn't want to go roaming around, and I didn't want to face my kids telling them I had a TIA yesterday. I wanted a little bit time for myself to reflect and try not to cry. So I think my friends kind of hold himself up. I think he cried when he went home, knowing that this happened to me, because he was very brave across me and trying to be very logical and not emotional, because he is really that person. When someone is not doing that well, he steps up and takes charge and take care of that person. He's done it like dozens of times. So I know I'm in his good hands. But now I'm afraid that he will always take good care of me, because now he knows that I'm prone to TIAs. Because I know after Googling, after you've experienced your first TIA, the second one will come very soon, and you will get like loads of TIAs and maybe end up in worse. So I try to calm down and take care of myself and don't rush and don't be like, don't take things seriously, because now I have to take things seriously. I still have to enjoy my life. But now I have people watching over me like a hawk. And I don't like that people have now like feeling responsible over me. So that's what I've experienced. I still always have my logo. Is it logo? No. My motto. That's the word. I have my motto. Leven zonder zorgen. Live without worries, without care. So, thank you for hearing me out. I know it was kind of long. I didn't edit it anything out, not even when the postman rang the doorbell. And I had to talk to the person that had to receive the package. It was kind of big. And I didn't want to lift those packages because my arms are hurt. So I have to do it slowly. And today, thank you for watching my video. And next time it will be more happy. So have a nice day, everyone. Bye.